in just a few short seconds while you watch me doing these tricks, or you see this amazing imitation of Michael Jackson. Yes, while you watch this video, there are people out there making thousands of dollars, and it's not because they're working from dawn till dusk sitting at a desk. And it's not because they're hustling on the streets of New York City, and they aren't superstars signing autographs. They're normal people who are probably watching this video. There's just one difference. They know how to put their money to work and how to continually make more money. But don't worry, you can learn how to do this too. And now is the best time because money is in the process of reinvention. The reinvention of money. Every great invention has to solve a problem. And when you finally have this face, is when you truly know that you have a great invention on your hands. Electricity, cell phones, or the internet, each in its own time made a lot of people smile. But what about the money? There's a lot to do to improve this situation, and no one does anything. Think of all the times you've used money directly or indirectly, from the moment you wake up to when you go to sleep. Now, think of everything you do to make money, to save it, or to use it to buy something you want. But there are big problems with money as we know it. For example, in order to have access to money, we have to deal with institutions that charge us to take care of our money. So it's really not what we might have thought it would be. And then there's card cloning, identity theft, or even just people using our cards without our permission. And don't even get me started on how even if we have managed to save a little money, it's worth less and less each day. Yes, big problems indeed. Well, now there's a solution. But before we get into that, the money we know. Let's take a look at the history of money as we know it. When humans lived in tribes, exchange happened through the barter system. As societies grew, this process became increasingly complex. Money wasn't born with the advent of government. It developed as a natural consequence. And people began to understand that the best way of exchanging goods fairly was to assign a value to certain means of exchange. The Aztec people used cacao seeds, and Europeans used salt. Nevertheless, when production of these decreased, the economy was exploited. And then, the first great idea: create metal coins to use as substitutes for products. They would be sturdier and would have the same function, but they would be easy to transport and could represent the amount of precious metal contained in them. Sorry. The idea wasn't that great. So, someone got another idea. Give value to people's debt and be able to transfer it via IOUs or paper money. Now, there wasn't any backup of precious metals or goods for the money, only the promise to pay and the reputation of those who gave that promise. This is how the first bankers, those who created gold coins and who were responsible for many people's money, had the power to lend money to other people and to charge them interest. Many people began borrowing money from bankers, asking for loans on paper that were backed up by gold. Does this sound familiar? Banks are born. The first bankers began printing paper money, giving rise to what we now know as: you deposit a certain amount of money. The bank takes this money and lends it to a friend of yours, keeping a percentage and charging interest. Your money automatically generates virtual money in the form of a debt. Your friend goes and buys a car. The car salesman receives the money and deposits it in the bank. And the cycle repeats again and again. Loans, credit, checkbooks, Day after day, more and more digital money is generated that exists only as a number inside a bank's computer. Money that creates income for banks via commissions, taxes, interest. And at the end of it all, your money is what creates resources for the bank to generate the loan, but it costs you money to use it. The money is still based on your reputation, but the world advances so quickly that this trust isn't enough anymore. Do you remember the problems of today? Inflation, identity theft, card cloning. You might think now that there's no better solution than keeping money under your mattress. But you can relax. There are better solutions. Every great invention solves a problem, remember? What would happen if you could be your own bank? If you could earn money without taxes and bank fees? Your money would be safer and better protected in order to carry out transactions. What would happen if your money was completely yours and was available to you without banking requirements or bureaucracy? Money that makes money. In 2009, a group of people wanted to change the rules of the game, giving rise to Bitcoin, the first cryptocurrency. That is to say, a currency that encrypts information so that transactions performed using this currency are completely secure. What first happened was Bitcoin inventors created a free decentralized system so that anyone would be able to gain access. Using codes, Bitcoin was created for use as exchange over the internet in an open and transparent way, maintaining anonymity for those involved. This meant a return to the essence of money, fair exchange of goods between two people, eliminating the third parties who keep part of the money we earn. And now you might be wondering, what makes it all trustworthy? Well, even though we pay a high price, we've learned to trust in banks' reputations and in their accounting systems. Nevertheless, removing these intermediaries means money that you can use faster, more efficiently, and in a safer way. Bitcoin is not a file saved on a computer. Bitcoin is an entry in blockchain. This database functions in the same way accounting systems at banks do, but in a decentralized and public way. Blockchain creates a record of all Bitcoins in existence and of every Bitcoin that has ever been exchanged or transferred. Unlike banks, Bitcoin never leaves the system. When one person sends Bitcoin to someone else, what they are really doing is transferring control over this entry in the database, establishing a cost for each Bitcoin based on supply and demand. Since blockchain is public, it can't be controlled by anyone. This means each person with Bitcoin has complete control over their money. Bitcoin's impact has been so great that today it is thought of as digital gold. In August 2013, each Bitcoin was worth $105, but in 2015, its value increased to $225. Almost 8 years after it was created, Bitcoin's value has increased 25,000 times. $100 in Bitcoin from 2009 are now worth $2.5 million. These figures exceed the performance of any other investment. And the best part is that Bitcoin's potential still has a lot to offer.
Experts have estimated that the 10 million current Bitcoin portfolios in existence will be worth 100 million in the next 5 years, which would increase the value of each Bitcoin tenfold.
Bitcoin's success has been so great that it has opened the market for many other cryptocurrencies that use the same decentralized model to benefit users. And supply has grown so much that some companies who were formerly dedicated to traditional banking have invested millions of dollars in cryptocurrencies. Today, anyone can use Bitcoin to make purchases, send money with minimal commissions, or as an investment tool, maintaining greater control over their money. Change is happening. And change always brings opportunities with it. The Wright brothers were pioneers in aviation. After several attempts, they finally managed to complete the first successful flight, opening the door to a $1 million industry that many people took advantage of. And then there's Steve Jobs, who through innovation introduced the iPhone to the market. He had a vision and learned that a device's success is not in its hardware, but in its applications, creating opportunities for another $1 million industry. Similarly, cryptocurrencies have created opportunities for an industry that grows every day: trading. The best trading platform. This is why more and more people are joining Airbit Club. This decentralized system takes advantage of cryptocurrencies' constant growth to offer profit to all affiliates via an automated algorithm that generates trading for more than 700 cryptocurrencies, 365 days per year. Our affiliates have the opportunity to make money each second of every day, automatically, making money wherever they are, while they carry out daily tasks, or even while watching this video. Airbit Club enables you to buy large quantities of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies when they're being sold at low prices, in order to sell them once their value increases. The profits are split among affiliates. Now is the time to be part of a new economic revolution. Bitcoins are changing the global economy and can definitely change yours. Every great invention solves a problem. Let Airbit Club change your life. Automate your income and strengthen your chances of success. Airbit Club.